This is the information video for students who are submitting a temporary suspension of study request. You start by going into Student Self-Service, and there's a link for submitting a temporary suspension of study. On clicking the link, you're taken to a page with more information. It gives you a link to the temporary suspension of studies policy and also the thinking of leaving service, because you should not be submitting a temporary suspension of study without having discussed it with your program director or personal tutor. When you click on the submit link, it then opens up a page where you provide the information for your suspension of study. As it says, you should have consulted a personal tutor, supervisor or program director beforehand. You pick the reason for your temporary suspension of study, and then in the box you type a supporting statement giving the reasons behind the request. You then select a period of study. If you are a research student or on the Dubai entry program or the Malaysia Foundation, you will actually be able to pick specific dates, but otherwise you just pick a period of suspension and your last date of attendance. We then get to the evidence. If you're going to be uploading evidence for your reason for suspension, you must provide it in English or provide an official translation with it. Then you choose the file, and up pops a normal box where you select a file from that. And then once it's in the page, you then click Upload File. It then appears at the bottom of the screen. We'll just scroll down to see that. And at the moment, it's just going to be displaying the name of the file as text. It's elsewhere, you'll be able to review it later. If you're happy with everything that you've submitted, you can press the Submit, but there is a Save for Later button if you needed to find more information. A page will then come up and display as a confirmation of what you have entered, and you can see that you've also got the file that you submitted and the other details will be there. Clicking Return will then take you back to the student menu within Self-Service. You can click on the suspension of study again, and you can see that you'll see that the request that you entered is there. You can select the radio button and then click on the View Selected Request, and it will open. And then at this point you can see the details that you have entered, so very similar to the confirmation of study, but here you're going to be able to click on the link to see what you uploaded previously. The document displays from the one that you uploaded earlier. Once you're happy that it's there, you can go back to the self-service page where you could see the details that you'd entered, and Return will take you back to the temporary suspension of study request. Once staff have had the opportunity to review your request, when you then come back into the detail of the request that you've submitted, there will be more information displayed for you to review. You'll see that there's a recommendation from a named individual and the school's decision. Those will be completed whether it's been supported or refused. You'll also be able to review any documents that were uploaded. You'll know from before that there was only one page uploaded, but now there are two. This is because a member of staff during the process will have added a second page with additional information. Back on the summary page, as you say, you'll see the recommendation and the school's decision, but you'll also see the academic position on return and the conditions for return. They're only going to be entered if the request is supported, and then you can exit and it will take you back to the student menu. In addition to the information that's within self-service, you will receive an email once the decision has been made, either in support or refusing the request. You can see the type of information. This is a successful one. In addition, if it was successful, you'll also receive a second email which tells you that the updates have now been made to your record. This concludes the information tutorial.